Northwest Rangers visitors on the scoreboard coming in with a record of 18-15. Leading off the left fielder, number 13, Sage Koska. Batting second, the shortstop, number 11, Maddie Brower. Batting third, the DP, number 21, Kaylee Comer. Batting fourth and third baseman, number 24, Molly Harris. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 9, Kayla Helms. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 30, Caitlin Bednart. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 16, Kaylee Peterson. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 5, Oakley Lauder. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 4, Layla Armstrong. In the flex position is the first baseman, number 15, Molly Beth Ferguson. The head coach for Northwest is Chelsea Bramlett, assisted by Dustin Young. And now today's lineup for the Northeast Tigers, home on the scoreboard, coming in with a record of 23-18. Leading off the right fielder, number 10, Briley Pitt. Batting second, the pitcher, number 4, Cassidy Duskin. Batting third, the DP, number 19, Caroline Clark. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 5, Taylor King. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 3, Dempsey Lindsay. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 14, Hannah Milhorn. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 18, Faith Fontenot. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 21, Charlie Clanton. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 11, Tori Harrison. In the flex position, the left fielder, number 6, Bailey Smith. The head coach for Northeast is Jody Long. The assistants are Kevin Carnell and Bobby Robbins. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask for this game one if you please rise to the playing of the national anthem.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Good afternoon and welcome to Fulton, Mississippi on the campus of Itawamba Community College. Jeremy Kennedy and Brian Lentz with you for game one of day number 2 of the 2021 MACCC Softball State Tournament. This is the first game of the day. This is the losers bracket game, Northeast and Northwest. Loser leaves town. Winner will stick around to play tomorrow in hopes to continue their 2021 season. Another gorgeous day of softball here in North Mississippi. A terrific day for softball as we had a great day yesterday. A couple of big games, all chalk though. And today we'll find out who will get a little separation in the winners bracket tonight. But first we've got to settle some scores from yesterday. And this first matchup, one that should be a good one. The Northeast Tigers come in with a record of 23-18 overall, 16-13 in the MACCC. They will be the home team and take the field first. Northwest checks in 18-15 overall, 15-13 in the league. This is the Davis Ford pregame show. Visit davidford.com or stop by 904 West Main Street in Fulton to pick up your next dream car, truck, or van from Davis Ford. Time now to bring you the Coca-Cola Bottling Works defensive alignment for the Northeast Tigers. In left field, number 6, Bailey Smith. Center field is Tori Harrison. Right field is Briley Pitt. Around the horn defensively on the infield for the Tigers. At third base, it's Faith Fontenot. At shortstop, it's Charlie Clanton. At second base, it's Taylor King. The first baseman is Dempsey Lindsay. And the catcher is Hannah Milhorn. Behind the plate and in the circle is Cassidy Duskin. For Northwest, they will start with Sage Koska, Maddie Brower, and Kaylee Comer. 1, 2, 3. For the Rangers, says Duskin will wind and deliver, and we are underway with our First American National Bank opening pitch of game number 1 of day number 2. Give you a look at the numbers on Duskin in just a moment as Koska takes the second pitch high for ball 2. Duskin got the start yesterday against Jones. Bit of a rough outing. This is her 23rd appearance, 18th start. She's 11-9 on the year. She's thrown 17 complete games, 113 innings pitched, 111 hits, 64 runs, 54 earned, 32 walks, 71 strikeouts. As she delivers a strike down the heart of the plate, Koska was taking all the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. She has given up 3 home runs on the year, has a 3.35 ERA. For Northwest, they were coming into this tournament hitting .386 as that pitch is outside for ball 1. Koska coming into yesterday hitting .455, 14 home runs, 53 RBIs. She went 3 for 4 in yesterday's matchup, had 3 of the 4 hits for the Rangers. And trying to set the table today as she moves from the 2 spot to the leadoff spot in a win or go home situation for Northwest. And she takes that pitch inside for ball 4, and a 5-pitch walk will start things for the Rangers. Maddie Brower, the shortstop, hits second. Kaylee Comer, the designated player, hits third. Finishing out the rest of the lineup for Northwest, batting in the cleanup spot is the third baseman Molly Harris. Batting fifth is the catcher Kayla Helms. Batting sixth is the second baseman Caitlin Bednark. Batting seventh is the pitcher Kaylee Peterson. Batting eighth is the center fielder Oakley Lauder. As that pitch is dribbled up the third base side, nobody's going to get to it, and Maddie Brower with the game's first hit. Northwest with a good start, runners at first and second. And then rounding out the lineup, batting ninth is the right fielder Layla Armstrong, who actually led off yesterday. Molly Beth Ferguson, who is playing first, is in the flex position. And now Kevin Connell, who is coaching today's game because head coach Jody Long was ejected in the third inning yesterday against Jones, wants to have the umpires have a conversation. Our home plate umpire is Buddy Burt. First base umpire is Laura King. Third base umpire is Ronnie Russell. And whatever Coach Connell wanted, didn't get it. So the call will stand. 2 on, nobody out. And now Kaylee Comer, the designated player, will step to the plate. Yesterday, Comer 0 for 2. But has had a good year this year, hitting .400 coming into the tournament. 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. She's going to square around to bunt. Duskin will field it, and she'll flip in time for out number 1. But that does advance the runners. And remind you, all of the sacrifice bunts on the ICC broadcast, and this is the ICC Sports Network, brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. So the Rangers have runners at second and third with 1 out for the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, Molly Harris. And Brian, you obviously, as a sports information director for Northwest, have seen this team play all year. You know it's a team that can really swing the bat, coming in hitting .386 and looking to get off to a good start today with their season on the line.
Oh, absolutely. And Molly Harris has probably been the hottest hitter over the last couple weeks. It really started against Southwest Mississippi 2 weeks ago. And then she picked it up against East Central, had 2 home runs against Southwest, 1 against East Central, and another one against Colin. And she's just really – she hit one yesterday as well. So she has really been seeing the ball well. And with runners in scoring position here, this would be a good opportunity to get Northwest on the board first.
Duskin comes inside, misses with the fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Tigers are going to concede the run up the middle, in at the corners. In the outfield, really deep out there in right field is Briley Pitt. Pretty straight away is Harrison in center. And the 2-0 misses downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. First base open, so a walk wouldn't necessarily really hurt you here if you're Northeast, but obviously you're Duskin. Try not to go from bad to worse. Already got 2 in scoring position. You have the bases loaded with 1 out. And the dangerous Kayla Helms on deck. And that pitch in there for a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Haley Smith out there in left field, taking a couple of steps back. The 3-1, and that one catches the outside corner for a called strike, and that will run the count full at 3-2. Duskin, a high strikeout pitcher. Could desperately use one right here to pick up the second out of the inning. Full count pitch. That one stays high for ball 4. So Molly Harris draws the full count walk. Second walk issued by Duskin here in the inning, and that will indeed load the bases for Kayla Helms, who had a solo home run yesterday afternoon off of Nia Luckett. Northwest ended up having 7 hits, I beg your pardon, off of Emily Coates for Gulf Coast. She ended up having the only run and really only big-time hit yesterday afternoon. Takes the first pitch over for a called strike. She's had a really good season so far. Coming in hitting .420 before yesterday's contest. And takes that pitch inside for strike 2. And quickly Duskin ahead of the count, 0-2. Inside, and that hitter on an 0-2 pitch. Duskin not exactly thrilled with that. Wanted to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. I think she thought that Helms leaned into it, and now we may actually get on the replay. May actually get a conversation. Coach Connell wanted to come out. Duskin still pleading her case. But the HBP is going to stand, so Sage Koska comes around to score, and Northwest gets on the board first 1-0.
And Caitlin Benark coming up here for Northwest. That's another hitter that has been really hot. She had 3 home runs at East Central in a sweep for the Rangers that was really critical with them getting this playoff spot into this tournament. So we'll see what she can do here at this at-bat.
Bednark takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. She was 0 for 2 yesterday, but did draw a walk. 6th hitter to come to the plate here in the top of the first inning. A chance to get the Rangers some breathing room early. Swings and misses over the top of that pitch. And Duskin again ahead, 0-2. And she needs to certainly be able to limit the damage here. Already 1 run in, 2 walks, 1 HBP. There's a swing and a miss, and Duskin with a big strikeout there. Just challenged Bednark and gets her first strikeout of the contest. 2 outs in the inning.
2 away from the pitcher, number 16, Kaylee Peterson.
So that will bring up Kaylee Peterson. Peterson came in yesterday in relief and takes the first pitch and serves this one out into left field. It's 1 run will score. Here comes another. It's a 2 RBI single for Kaylee Peterson, and the Rangers lead it 3-0.
That's the first time she's batted in a while. Typically early in the season when she would pitch, she would also bat. And it's good to see her bat back in the lineup, and she certainly made a case there with that 2-run single.
For Peterson, those are RBIs 18 and 19 on the year. She came in hitting .395, so that average will go up. She didn't get a chance to hit yesterday as Northwest capitalizes on the 3 free passes. And Northeast is going to have some activity in the bullpen already. They certainly not going to be able to allow Duskin to continue at this pace with their season on the line, trying to hang around. Oakley Lauder, the center fielder, will step in now. She is quickly becoming one of the better defensive center fielders in the league. Lauder yesterday 1 for 3. 1 ball and 1 strike to the number 8 hitter in this Northwest lineup. Trying to bat around in the first inning. She calls time. Came in hitting .259. 13 runs batted in. She got a chance for one here with runners at first and second. This one is blooped left side. It's off the glove of Charlie Clanton, but she's able to scoop it and step on the bag in time to retire Peterson. And that will bring the first inning to a close. But not before the Rangers get 3 runs. A big 2 RBI single by Kaylee Peterson, and they lead it 3-0 in the bottom of the first. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Welcome back as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Northwest with a 3 spot in the top half, and now we'll have Kaylee Peterson inside the circle to try and shut the Tigers down. We'll look at their defensive alignment as well as the Northeast lineup in just a moment. Briley Pitt's going to lead things off, and very important for Northeast to get something started here. First pitch from Peterson misses outside for ball 1. Time now to take a look at the Coca-Cola Bottling Works defensive alignment for Northwest. In left field, Sage Koska. Center field, Oakley Lauder. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Right field, Layla Armstrong. At third base, Molly Harris. Shortstop, Maddie Brower. Second base, Caitlin Bednark. First base, Molly Beth Ferguson. Behind the plate, the battery mate today for Peterson is Michaela Helms. And inside the circle is the ace for the Northwest Rangers, number 16, Kaylee Peterson. The numbers on her: 25th appearance, 17th start. She's 7-8 on the year. She's pitched 10 complete games. As this one is popped up behind home plate, Helms will settle under it and make the catch. Now after that out, Peterson has pitched 111 innings on the season. She's given up 161 hits, 110 runs, 86 earned, 29 walks, 81 strikeouts. She has given up 27 home runs on the year, had a 5.52 ERA coming into the tournament. That one hasn't been kind of factored in with what she did yesterday. There's the first pitch, popped up to Bednark, right side by Cassidy Duskin, the pitcher for the Tigers, and they are quickly in trouble of going 1-2-3 weekly here in the bottom of the first as they try to answer. It'll be up to the designated player, Caroline Clark, number 19, to try to keep the inning alive. Peterson went 1 2/3 yesterday against Gulf Coast, gave up no runs, 1 hit, couple of strikeouts. She's trying to make quick work of the Tigers here in the bottom of the first inning.
And I'll say this about Peterson's numbers real quick. You know, on paper, reading some of them off, they do sound high. You know, giving up a lot of home runs, giving up a lot of hits. But this just comes as an SID who's watched this team play all year long. And she does have the tendency to really come up clutch when the Rangers need it. If they get into a jam, you can rely on her to get that third out, that strikeout, whatever she needs to do. I've watched her do it several times this year, and that's why she's still the #1 pitcher for Northwest.
Peterson hits the outside corner for a called strike, 2-1. The lineup for the Tigers leading off, playing right field, Briley Pitt. Batting second, the pitcher, Cassidy Duskin. Batting third, the designated player, Caroline Clark. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Taylor King. As this pitch is sent out to center field, and Lauder under it and makes the catch for out number 3. I'll give you a look at the lineup for the Tigers the next time they come to bat. But Northwest gets a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first, and after 1, Rangers lead 3-0 in the elimination game of Day 2 of the Softball State Tournament here in Fulton. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back as we move to the top of the second inning. Northwest with a 3 spot there in the top of the first, getting to the pitcher Cassidy Duskin for Northeast, and then Kaylee Peterson with a terrific bottom of the first, getting a couple of pop outs and a lazy fly ball to center field. Northwest sent 8 to the plate in that first inning, so 9-1-2 for the Rangers. Layla Armstrong, who was the leadoff hitter for Northwest yesterday against Gulf Coast, moved all the way down to the number 9 spot. Armstrong yesterday 0 for 4, struck out 4 times, something she rarely does. She had come in to this tournament 97 at-bats, only 10 strikeouts, but struck out all 4 times yesterday against Emily Coates, who was terrific for the Lady Bulldogs of Gulf Coast. And she takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. A rare lefty-on-lefty matchup. We didn't see that at all yesterday. In fact, Duskin was the only left-handed pitcher we saw in day 1 of this tournament. And she needs to put a 0 up and settle in and get her offense back into the batter's box. She misses with that pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Armstrong came in hitting .392, so average dipped a bit after yesterday's struggles, but she can get things going in a hurry. Inside corner, just nipped the strike zone, 2-1. This one is high for ball 3. So Duskin in danger of issuing what would be her 3rd walk and 4th free pass. And she's only pitched an inning so far, clearly just not settled in yet and not in a real rhythm. Very shallow around the outfield. Harrison very shallow in left center. Smith the same out there in left field. Big gap in right center. If Armstrong could pull it, and she slaps this one foul towards that Northwest dugout on the third base side. Rangers led by Chelsea Bramlett, assisted by Dustin Young. Tigers coached by Jody Long. Of course, again, he is not coaching today. He was ejected in the 3rd inning yesterday of their opener against Jones. So Kevin Connell, his top assistant, will be coaching as this one is chopped left side to Clanton, and she can't make the good throw over to first base. That will go as an E6. Clanton did a good job to come over and field that one, but just made a poor throw, and so Armstrong is on, and Northwest continues to put pressure on the Tigers.
Blake Long, our official scorer here, is going to say that's an E3. He just signaled that over to me, so first baseman on that one on the catch. So E3 instead of an E6, but still, regardless, the Rangers have a runner on base and no outs on the board.
So that will flip the order to Sage Koska as she pulls the bunt back, takes it for a ball. Koska drew a walk to start, later came around to score. Hitting over .460 on the year. She takes that pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, something we saw a lot yesterday from pretty much every pitcher. A lot of pitching away. Very rarely are we seeing anybody come inside. Duskin has done that a lot here in this contest. As Koska waves at the bunt attempt, Armstrong will take off. She'll steal second base as the throw goes into center field, but not far enough for her to advance. So Layla Armstrong with her 14th stolen base of the year. She is 14 for 14 now. Rangers 58 of 62 on the year in stolen base attempts. So they don't run a bunch, but when they do, they've been successful, and Armstrong has been the catalyst for that. She leads by a wide margin, now 6 over the number 2 player in that category, Maddie Brower, who is on deck. The 1-2 misses outside as Duskin tries to go away from Casca. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Casca out of South Haven, Mississippi, going to be back next year for Northwest. As she has set numerous single-season records. That one is dribbled to the plate. The throw down to third base is in time. Great throw down there by Hannah Milhorn as Layla Armstrong is gunned down. But over there at third base, Faith Fontenot coming up a little sluggishly as Armstrong slid right into her. And Fontenot trying to walk it off. There's a Northeast trainer out there to check on her. Fontenot did a great job to get to third base and apply the tag on a terrific throw by Hannah Milhorn. Right now, everybody concerned about her, and she'll be all right and can stay in the game. Don't know if it was just the way Armstrong slid or just maybe the collision over there at third. I'm not even sure if it was, her leg injury or if it was, something maybe.
I think it may have just
her
been
head
a
or face.
Collision, perhaps. Kind of a weird slide collision there at third base. But I think we jinxed Layla Armstrong there. We were talking about how 14 of 14 on the season, and then she gets thrown out there at third. So 14 of 15, still not bad, though, at all for Layla on that one.
Yeah, terrific throw by Milhorn, and Northwest just trying to be aggressive. And Armstrong, you're right, has been a terrific base stealer this year, but that time gunned down, and that's a big out for Northeast as they try to settle in and slow down this Northwest offense. The count is full now to Casca, and she will try to be a base runner for the Rangers, and just one chopped back up the middle, and Duskin will glove it and flip to first in time for out number 2. And so suddenly the Tigers now have a chance to put up a 0 here in the second as Casca is retired 1-3. So now Maddie Brower will step in, the shortstop for Northwest. 1 for 1 with a single. And takes that first pitch high. They'll check and appeal and say she did hold up her swing. Laura King down there at first base said that Brower held up. Good crowd for both teams here today. Not a terrible drive for either, certainly a little closer for Northeast. Is that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Brower yesterday 0 for 4. Came in hitting .454 though, so average dipped a little below .450 as that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Briley Pitt continues to be very deep and really hugging that right field line. There's a huge gap in right center for both lefties and righties throughout that Northwest lineup. As that pitch clips the outside corner for a strike, it'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going to be something I would imagine the coaches for Northwest are going to point out. Get a pitch middle away. Try to shoot that to the right center field gap. That one is popped up right side and caught there by Demi Lindsay for out number 3. So Duskin issues a walk but gets around it with a nice throw from her battery mate Hannah Milhorn, gunning down Layla Armstrong trying to take third. We move to the bottom of the second. Rangers lead it by 3 on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Bottom of the second, we go 3-0 is your score. Northwest on top. Tigers coming to bat. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Taylor King, the second baseman. Demi Lindsay, the first baseman. And Hannah Milhorn, who made that great throw over to third base to cut down Layla Armstrong, trying to go from second to third on a steal for the first out of the inning. That allowed Cassidy Duskin to settle in and get through that Northwest lineup and give the Tigers a chance to breathe a bit here, perhaps. Faith Fontenot at third base will bat 7th. Charlie Clanton, the shortstop, will bat 8th as the first pitch of the inning is fouled down the third baseline. Well out in front of that is the second baseman, Taylor King. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Tori Harrison. Bailey Smith playing in left field is the flex for today's game. So Peterson with a terrific inning in top of the first, or bottom of the first, I beg your pardon, trying to duplicate that one, and King again hammers it, but this time well down the left field line. So Peterson ahead of the count, 0-2. King has been way out in front on both of the pitches she has seen here in the second. Fly ball left field, hangs up enough, and caught there by Sage Koska for out number 1.
And that's something Koska does really well. She typically plays right field when she's not pitching, but that just shows she can play anywhere. Left field, we haven't put her out in center, but really wherever you put Sage Koska, she's going to make plays for you no matter what.
Well, that will bring up Demi Lindsay, the first baseman. She's got a pretty good arm, too, yesterday. Had a couple of chances to glove it and throw back in. So I don't know that she's going to be a candidate to run on if the Tigers get to second base and the ball is hit the left field. Lindsay swings and misses at the first and then fouls that one up the first baseline. So she quickly is behind in the count 0-2 as Kaylee Peterson continues to get ahead of these Tigers hitters and really keep them off balance. Lindsay came into yesterday's tournament hitting .274, but is tied for second on the team with 6 home runs. 29 RBIs among the top 5 for this Northeast squad. It swings and misses, though, and a great tailing pitch that moved away. First strikeout for Peterson, 2 down here in the second.
And Peterson is one that in a lot of games she doesn't really tally a lot of strikeouts, but she knows just where to place it. And if you're not going to get him out on a strikeout, a pop-up, or an infield grounder, that's what Kaylee Peterson does best with her pitches.
Now, 82 strikeouts in more than 110 innings pitched. So you're right, she's definitely a contact pitcher. And, boy, speaking of contact, the Tigers' righties are way out in front of her fastball as Milhorn hammers that one down the left field line. And so if you're Northeast, that's what you kind of have to tell yourself is you're going to get some pitches in the strike zone to hit. Fortunately for Northeast so far, they just haven't been able to put them in play where they can get some base hits. We're going to wait as some more foul balls are coming in.
We've had a lot of them this inning.
Well, if those of you who were with us late last night, the Colin Pearl River game was a foul ball palooza. As Peterson misses with that pitch up and away for ball 1. And, of course, it's unfortunate if you're here and you enjoyed this great day of softball, you're not going to get to keep any of the foul balls. You're going to have to bring them back so that we can make sure we got enough to play. There's a breaking ball, sliced into left field for a base hit just over the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Maddie Brower, and the Tigers have their first hit and base runner of the afternoon.
We saw one like that kind of yesterday, except towards second base, and that's where Caitlin Bednark made that phenomenal, just on the run with her outstretched glove, made that play. But Brower, she tried. I mean, she tried. She got a good jump on it, but it's just a little too high for her. And so that's Northeast's first hit of the contest.
Yeah, Milhorn got just enough of it to get it over the glove of Brower. So we'll see now how Peterson handles it in the circle for the first time with a runner on base. Faith Fontenot, the third baseman, will step in now. Looks like she's good to go after that little injury with Layla Armstrong over at third base, and Peterson has started her off with a couple of nice pitches. 0-2 to Fontenot. Came in the tournament hitting .253. Home run, 9 runs batted in. And that time the pitch misses outside for ball 1. Seventh in the lineup for the Tigers, trying to keep things going as she chops this one foul behind home plate to stay alive. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, that one stays outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Peterson's trying to get those righties to chase a bit. That worked with Lindsay to start the inning, but Milhorn laid off of that same pitch, and Fontenot did the same thing there. 2-2. This one is popped up on the infield, now into the shallow outfield, and the right fielder Layla Armstrong is there to make the catch, and that will retire the Tigers. The Northeast gets a single, but that's it. After 2, it's 3-0 Northwest. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
To the top of the third we go. Northwest leading at 3-0 in game 1 of day number 2 of the 2021 MACCC Softball State Tournament. This is the first game of the losers bracket. We've got the game coming up following this will be Hines and Pearl River. So a couple of loser leaves town matchups before we get to the winners bracket tonight. Coming up at 5 o'clock, it'll be Jones and Gulf Coast in what should be a terrific matchup. And then Adam Gore, the SID and voice of the Indians, will be with you for the nightcap tonight as ICC will take on Colin in the last winners bracket game of the day. Of course, the Indians and Eunice have already punched their ticket to the Region 23 tournament next week in Eunice. Jones looking to punch their ticket. They can get there with a win today. Same for Gulf Coast. Also true for Colin as well. We went over some of those scenarios a little bit last night. You have to win 2 games to advance to the Region 23 tournament, and teams that are eliminated at 1 and 2, the higher seed would qualify. So obviously advantage there for Jones and Gulf Coast if they do in fact get eliminated at 1 and 2. But for these 2 teams on the field right now, they're just thinking about sticking around until tomorrow. Winner is going to get a chance to do that. Loser will have their season come to an end. First pitch of the inning is blooped left side, and that's going to be down for a base hit as Kaylee Comer leads things off, the designated player. First hit of the afternoon for her, third hit for the Rangers off of Duskin, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Molly Harris.
I can tell you that our dugout's excited to see that from Kaylee Comer. Struggled just a little bit, and you wouldn't know it by looking at her batting average, but she has struggled a bit lately to get some of those base hits, and getting one right there to lead off the top of the third is pretty solid for her and for Northwest.
Yeah, she was hitless yesterday, 0 for 2. Northwest did get 7 hits off Emily Coach, just couldn't string any together. Several 2-out singles other than the home run by Helms. As the first pitch to Harris misses high for ball 1. Harris drew a walk back in the first inning, later scored.
And Harris was one who hit the homer yesterday for Northwest, so another one here would be nice if you're Northwest.
This one blooped down the right side and caught there by Lindsay. Really nice play by the Tigers' first baseman. That one I thought may have had a chance to get over her head and be trouble down the right field line, but she made a nice play. And so Harris is retired, one away here in the third.
Catcher number 9, Kayla Helms.
Kayla Helms, the program's all-time triples leader with 6. 5 of them came this season. She's a Delta State signee, and I don't know what stat sheet you have, but her batting average was coming into this tournament.
424 coming in.
Yep.
She had a home run, 30 RBIs listed. And that pitch inside, they're going to say Helms did try to square around a bunt, so that will be strike 2, but the ball gets away from Milhorn, and that will allow Comer to move down to second base. So the Rangers have a runner in scoring position with only one down and a chance to add to their 3-0 lead. Big spot here for Duskin and the Tigers to try and keep Northwest where they are and remain within striking distance. The 0-2. This one is dribbled right side. Duskin will glove it and flip over to first base in time. Nice play by Duskin as she continues to impress by fielding her position. Comer does move from second to third, but 2 outs in the inning, and now Duskin can really focus on the batter at the plate, Caitlin Bednark.
And we're going to have a visit to the circle real quick for Northeast. Not sure if this is more of a strategy conversation for Caitlin Bednark or if they're trying to buy some warm-up time for their pitcher down there. But I think Duskin has really done well the last couple batters, aside from that Comer single. I mean, she settled down there in the second inning and looks like she's really improved from that rocky first inning start for Northeast.
So you look at her numbers, I mean, they're pretty good this year. I mean, she's got, you know, a better than 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, an ERA of 3.5. She's throwing 113 innings coming in. So she's, and we just like we talked about with Peterson, I mean, 113 innings coming in, 111 hits. So she's going to be in the strike zone. And if you're able to connect, you can certainly get some hits off of her. But, you know, the high strikeout number is 71 as well. So she's certainly done her job up to this point. But as you mentioned, she's got a big at-bat coming here. Caitlin Bednark 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The only strikeout victim so far for Northwest. After the meeting on the circle, first pitch from Bednark is chopped left side foul. Kaylee Comer at third base led off the inning with a single. Advanced to second on pass ball, and then advanced to third base on a ground out, and Bednark swings through that one, and Duskin now quickly ahead 0-2. Inside, that pitch just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Duskin not wasting very much time at all. She gets it back, toes the rubber, and is ready to go. 1-2, swing and a miss. Scott Bednark came inside. It's the second strikeout for Duskin, both against Bednark, and she's able to turn away the lead-off single. To the bottom of the third we go. Rangers continue to lead 3-0 on day number 1, game 2, as we are coming back on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Bottom of the third we go, 3-0 your score. Northwest on top. It'll be 8-9-1 for Northeast. Charlie Clanton, the shortstop. Tori Harrison, the center fielder. And in the top of the order, Briley Pitt, the right fielder. Face Kaylee Peterson, who has been good up to this point, 1 over the minimum. And the first pitch of the inning is fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Clanton, one of the better hitters for the Tigers coming into the tournament, hitting .312. 4 homers, 34 runs batted in, second on the team in that category. Moved her down in the lineup here in day number 2 as she takes that pitch outside for ball 1. I think both coaches just trying to tinker with the lineup a bit. We saw that with Armstrong, who was the leadoff hitter yesterday, moved to the number 9 spot for game 1 today. Breaking pitch, and that one catches the very top of the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thought they might check down to Laura King at first base, but home plate umpire Buddy Burt says Peterson got it in there. So now Peterson looking for a strikeout, the 1-2, and it's spoiled by a nice swing for Charlie Clanton to stay alive in the count.
Reminder, please return all foul balls to the third base dugout.
Wind picking up just a bit out there in right center. Just a completely gorgeous day for softball here in Fulton. High fly ball to left field. Koska going back. It's off the wall. Clanton's going to hit the bag at second. She's going to try for 3. The throw comes in, not in time. It's a stand-up triple for Charlie Clanton, her 3rd of the season, and the Tigers have something brewing here in the 3rd.
Well, Koska made a good effort at that one, just off the wall or off her glove. I couldn't really tell from this far back, but it just kind of, whatever it hit off of, it skipped back, moving back toward the infield, so that's what made it so hard to come up with there. But a good hit and a good triple for Northeast there to get this inning started.
That ball was hammered by Clanton, and we've seen a little bit of that throughout the middle to bottom part of this order. Some of those righties with some hard foul balls down the left field line. You felt like maybe the Tigers were beginning to get a little of their timing down on Peterson. She's such a contact pitcher, throws a lot in the strike zone, and Charlie Clanton did not miss it at all. Here's the center fielder, Tori Harrison, and she takes that pitch outside for ball 1. So now Peterson will pitch with a runner at third base, and Tigers looking to get on the board and get back into this one. That pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Harrison on the year hitting .237, couple home runs, 16 runs batted in. She has a .318 on base percentage, .366 slugging, and swings and misses at that pitch. And now the count becomes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, if you're Harrison here, the approach has to be just something middle to the right side. You got to get Clanton home. And she'll do so as this is a fly ball sent out into deep left field. Koska will glove it. She'll throw it in, not in time. It's a sacrifice fly for Harrison. And the Tigers are on the board. It's 3-1. I want to remind you, all of the sacrifice flies on the ICC Sports Network brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. It's RBI number 17 on the year for Harrison, and the Tigers get a much-needed run. We move to the top of the order as Briley Pitt, the right fielder, will step in. A free swinger if there ever was one. Pitt hits .457, 6 homers, 33 RBIs. Tied for second on the team in home runs and is 3rd on the team in RBIs. She has a .490 on base percentage, .767 slugging percentage, and she continues to stay aggressive, as have most of the Tigers throughout this lineup. But she's behind the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. 0 for 1 today with a pop out to the catcher, Kayla Helms, back in the bottom of the 1st. Peterson able to get the shallow pop-up, grounded right there in front of Bednart, and she's able to glove it and throw to first base in time for out number 2. So Pitt is retired 4-3. And Peterson with a chance to get out of this inning, only giving up the 1 run after the leadoff triple, but she'll have to face one of the better hitters in the lineup, her counterpart in the circle, Cassidy Duskin. 0 for 1 with a ground out to Bednark at second base back in the bottom of the 1st.
Well, it's one thing I mentioned earlier about Peterson. Even when the opposing team does get runs in, she tends to limit the damage a lot, at least the best that she can in most of our games this season. So,
rollover grounder to Bednark. She'll glove it. Underhand to first base in time to get Duskin. So she's retired 4-3 for the third out of the inning. But the Tigers do get on the board thanks to a leadoff triple by Charlie Clanton. After 3, it's 3-1 Rangers. You're watching it on the ICC Sports Network.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
No, it's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back as we move to the top of the 4th inning. Northwest leads it 3-1. Tigers got a run in the bottom of the inning, a leadoff triple by the shortstop Charlie Clanton, and a sacrifice fly by Harrison to get her home. A couple of defensive changes for the Tigers. Defensive alignment brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Behind the plate now is going to be Bailey Smith, who was out there in left field. Briley Pitt going to move from right field to third base. So the Tigers changing a couple of things up here in this 4th inning defensively. Kevin Connell is the acting head coach today after head coach Jody Long was ejected yesterday. Duskin, though, is still in the circle. As Keandra Bryant, number 17, moves out to right field. So the Tigers have everything set.
Or so it seems. Still a little discussion going on here. A lot of changes there for Northeast. I'll be interested to see what was behind that and whether Coach Connell just wanted to just move some things around, see if that can improve Northeast on defense. But kind of early to make a lot of changes.
Well, gonna get a chance maybe at a new helmet. And one of the things you may be looking for, though, if you're Northeast too, you've got essentially 12 outs left of your season, so you got to do what you can to stay alive. So now we're set for the top of the 4th inning. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Northwest. Kaylee Peterson, Oakley Lauder, and Layla Armstrong. Cassidy Duskin remains in the circle for the Tigers. She has settled down some after the 3 runs given up in the 1st inning. A couple of zeros in the 2nd and the 3rd. And the issue was those free passes. A couple of walks and a hit batter. 3 free passes there in the 1st inning. That was the biggest difference. And so, well, now Coach Connell is going to
do something else with a lineup card.
Continue to talk with Buddy Burt, the home plate umpire, and he's going to go over and have a chat for a second with Chelsea Bramlett and at least, I guess, make sure everybody's on the same page. So now that will be down for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So Peterson, 2 RBI single, first time up to the plate, had the big hit in the top of the first inning. And takes that pitch right down the heart of the plate for a strike, 2-1.
Be nice to see Northwest, or if you are a Northwest fan, it'd be nice to see a couple more runs on the board here. No lead is safe in baseball or softball, and a 3-1 lead is definitely not safe in this sport either, especially in the postseason. So 3-1 count to Peterson. Maybe the Rangers can get a base runner here to lead things off.
You look at, we'll reset the defensive alignment all together for Northeast in just a moment. 3 balls and a strike. Big pitch here for Duskin, and that one downstairs. Leadoff walk. It's the 3rd walk allowed by Duskin, 4th free pass of the contest, and Peterson is the leadoff runner for the Rangers in the 4th. Look at the Coca-Cola Bottling Works defensive alignment. In left field, it's Keegan Hubber. In center field, Torrey Harrison. In right field, it's Kiki O'Brien. Third base, Briley Pitt. Shortstop is Charlie Clanton. Second base is Taylor King. First base, Demi Lindsay. Behind the plate, Bailey Smith. And, of course, Duskin still in the circle. A bunt attempt, and I don't know if that hit her or not. I think it did. It is Oakley Lauder, the center fielder, 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. And that pitch came inside. Again, Duskin is the only pitcher who I think really has almost lived inside in the 2 days I've seen her pitch. Everything else is away to lefties and righties. Duskin likes to pitch inside, and that time she came in and she got Lauder to foul it off. I think he got a piece of Lauder, but because she squared around to bunt, it's a strike. And another bunt attempt. This time it's popped up right side and foul. So the count now runs to no balls and 2 strikes.
Lauder is one of those players that can get you a hit anywhere in the lineup. She's, been at the bottom of the order all season long, but her fielding is just exceptional out there in center field. And her bat, every now and then, just when you least expect it, will get out there and get a single or a double down for Northwest.
Downstairs for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lauder, 259 hitter coming into the tournament. Starting center fielder for the Rangers. This one is popped left side foul. So the count stays 1-2 as she continues to battle. So obviously the bunt going to be taken off with 2 strikes. But she's trying to advance Peterson to second base any way she can. Swing and a miss, but it gets away from the catcher, Smith. She'll have to barehanded and throw down to first. Doesn't have a play, and so that will go as a strikeout as first base was occupied. So it'll be the 3rd strikeout recorded for Duskin. First out here in the 4th, but it does advance Peterson into scoring position.
Up next for the Rangers, number 4 is Layla Armstrong.
First time Duskin has gotten a strikeout of somebody not named Caitlin Bednark. So now Layla Armstrong will step into the batter's box, a right fielder, trying to advance Peterson over to third. She takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Armstrong is 0 for 1, reached on an error by the first baseman, Lindsay. Tried to bunt again. This time it's fouled at the plate, and that will even the count at 1-1. Armstrong, no homers, 6 RBIs on the year. Got a lot of speed, but only 3 extra base hits out of her 38 this year. 2 doubles and a triple. And she takes that pitch up and in for ball 2. And so now if you're Duskin, got to be able to put that in the strike zone and allow Armstrong to record the out and then take your chance with the top of the order. Not bunting, and this time she fouls it out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Duskin does come right at her and attacks with the fastball, and now she's in a 2-strike count and a chance to get a strikeout and keep Peterson where she is. The ever-dangerous Sage Koska is on deck for Northwest, so she will get a chance to hit, presumably with a runner in scoring position. In a game the Tigers desperately need to keep Northwest at 3. This one chopped right side. King will glove it, throw to first base. Not in time. Armstrong able to beat it out, and that's just simply King not charging the ball. She waited back on it, and Armstrong too fast. It's an infield single for Armstrong. It moves Peterson to third, and the Rangers have runners at the corners.
And you mentioned how dangerous Sage Koska is. She got a couple base hits yesterday, but that's typically a quiet day for her if she doesn't get a home run. So one of those here would be huge, but even a base hit would just get another run in for the Rangers and provide just a little bit of insurance.
0 for 1 today. She's 3 for 5 here in the tournament. Hitting over 460 on the year, and chops this one foul behind the plate for strike 1. 14 home runs on the year. All-time single-season leader in that category. 53 RBIs on the year. All-time single-season leader in that category as well. And she will be coming back next year. Has a chance to rewrite every single record book if she continues to progress as she takes that pitch outside for ball 1. From right up the road in South Haven, so a very easy drive for her and her family to go watch her play every single time in Senatobia. The 1-1, high fly ball to left. Hubbard is under it. She'll make the catch. Peterson is going to tag. The throw comes in, not in time, and it's a sacrifice fly for Sage Koska, RBI number 54 on the year, and the Rangers regain their 3-run lead.
Well, Northwest will definitely take that one, too, a sac fly. Yeah, you know, Sage, any way she can get them on, obviously good for the Rangers, and Maddie Brower here is another dangerous hitter, and we'll see what she can do here with 2 outs.
All sacrifice flies on the ICC Sports Network, brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Maddie Brower, the shortstop, will step in 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up, and she fouls that one back to the screen as Armstrong was on the move on the first pitch. So the Rangers gave up a run in the bottom of the 3rd, get it back here at the top of the 4th, and I would argue, to your point, that if Duskin gets out of this only giving up a run, being in the situation where Northwest had runners at the corners with 1 out for Koska and only giving up 1 run would be a win for her.
Oh, absolutely.
This one grounded left side. Pitt will glove it, throw across the infield in time for out number 3. So that will retire the side, but not before the Rangers get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Rangers on top 4-1. This is the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online, davisfordsales.com.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
The bottom of the 4th we go. Rangers on top 4-1. Tigers will have 3, 4, and 5 to the plate. Caroline Clark, Taylor King, and Demi Lindsay trying to get something off of Peterson, who has been good so far through 3. Gave up 1 run. Leadoff triple to Charlie Clanton back in the 3rd, but then pitched around and got a sacrifice fly, and then a couple of ground outs to second base. Only 1 strikeout so far in her 3+ innings, but kind of par for the course, more of a contact pitcher. And now we'll see if the Tigers, as they get through this lineup second time, can get something off of Peterson and get themselves back in it. First pitch to Clark is downstairs for ball one. Caroline 0 for 1 with a fly out to center back to end the bottom of the first inning. Breaking pitch, misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. So we talk about shutdown innings all the time. You score, you want to put up a 0 the next inning. And Peterson trying to do that here with this dangerous part of the middle of the lineup for the Tigers. As that one is in there for a called strike, 2-1. Outfield pretty straight away. Corners are in on the infield. Middle infielder's back, normal depth. And this one is off the end of the bat, served out into right field, and Clark is going to get there in time for a leadoff single. Well, that one caught the very end of the bat and placed beautifully by Caroline Clark. It's the second hit for the Tigers off of Peterson. They've got a leadoff runner here in the fourth.
Yeah, and if you're Northwest, you didn't want to give up anything leadoff there, and unfortunately for Ranger fans, Northeast has a runner on and dangerous hitter coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, Taylor King, the second baseman, will step in. The cleanup hitter, she's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field to lead off the bottom of the second. King on the year, 310 hitter, 5 homers, 29 RBIs, a 340 on base percentage, 504 slugging. She pops this one right side. Bednarik is under it, and she'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. That's a big out there, as you mentioned. King is a good hitter, one of the many who hit over 300 on the year, and it's just a missed opportunity for Northeast to advance the runner after the leadoff single. So that will bring up the first baseman, Demi Lindsay, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, the only strikeout victim of the day for the Tigers. And the first pitch misses outside for ball one. I think if you're Tiger hitters, you have to look away for most of the at-bat. Peterson has tried to go away from those righties. This time she does come inside but misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. So Lindsay can be very selective here. Peterson in danger of bringing the tying run to the plate. And that one is in there for a called strike, 3-1. Boy, late there from Buddy Burt, and as Lindsay was about to walk out of the batter's box and head down to first base. As she was taking all the way. Big pitch here, 3-1. And that one is fouled back behind us, and now the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Caroline Clark only stolen 1 base all year. The Tigers coming in 71 of 81. Full count pitch. This one grounded left side. And they try to go to second, or thought about going to second for 1. And Maddie Brower made a strong throw over, but not in time. And so the question is, will that be
I think there's some discussion.
An infield single or an error? They're going to go E6 on that one with Brower. So Tigers have runners at first and second, 1 out. The tying run now comes to the plate in the form of Kiki O'Brien.
Yeah, Brower tried to, as you mentioned, make that play at second. You know, had some trouble gloving it and then hesitated just a little bit on that throw to first, and just nothing doing for the Rangers there. And now in a dangerous spot, Northeast has a chance to really strike here.
So O'Brien will hit where Milhorn would have hit. Milhorn had the first hit of the day for the Tigers. Then O'Brien's going to step in. O'Brien hitting .316 on the year, no homers, 2 RBIs. She has a .316 on base percentage, .474 slugging percentage, and she is ahead of the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Chance for the Tigers to cut into this 4-1 lead as that pitch is downstairs, 3 balls and a strike. So Peterson working herself into a jam here, a pitch away from loading the bases. The 3-1. This one ripped right side, down for a base hit. It's going to get one run in. Here comes Clark, and it's an RBI single for Kiki O'Brien. The Tigers have runners at the corners. It's now 4-2.
From the Tigers, 0-0, Keegan Hubber.
So O'Brien was inserted into the lineup in the top half of this inning, responds with an RBI single, her third RBI of the year, as that gets Taylor King that gets Demi Lindsay over to third base, and this will now bring up Faith Fontenot, the third baseman, 0 for 1. With the pop out, she dribbles this one out in front of the mound. Peterson had nowhere to go with it as the first baseman, Molly Beth Ferguson, came charging in. And so all Fontenot had to do was just simply run to first base. That'll be an infield single. And the Tigers have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, first time today we've seen Northwest and some pretty serious danger here. Still 4-2 lead, but again, bases loaded, one out. And look, something about a team with their back to the wall, and both these teams do have their back to the wall here, but they tend to play really hard and really aggressive, and we're seeing that from Northeast at the plate right now.
And now Charlie Clanton will come to the plate, the shortstop, 1 for 1 with a triple. Her last time up, and she takes an aggressive swing at that and fouls it back to the net. And that ball she hit into the left center field gap was hammered, and she's got some good speed, and there's plenty of it on the base paths too. Anything to the outfield will definitely get one run in, most likely two and maybe three, depending on where it's hit. The 0-1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. That one more so to the left-handed batter's box, and so Clanton able to lay off of that one. Now has 3 triples on the year. So 9 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs. She rips this one back up the box and through for a base hit. That's going to score 1. O'Brien stops at third, and now the Tigers have runners held up. And there's going to be 1 runner out at second base. As a run does come in, it's an RBI single for Clanton, but a disastrous base running mistake by the Tigers. As O'Brien stops at third base, Clanton is going to get to second.
And now umpires are having some discussion here. I don't know if they're just
35th RBI of the year for Clanton. I think they're going to just talk about making sure they got the right person runner at second base. So the Tigers have played at 2 in the inning. It's now 4-3, and we'll have runners at second and third with 2 outs. But boy, that's a real tough break there for Northeast as Clanton ripped it back up the middle. That one I'm surprised, quite frankly, didn't score 2. O'Brien, I don't know if she didn't get a good read on it or held up because she thought perhaps that Brower was going to glove it at shortstop, but I thought she was going to score for sure at second base, but held up, and then Clanton, I think, assumed that both runs were going to score, that we're going to have maybe a chance to get to second base, but there was some traffic on the base paths, and Tigers had to suffer an out for it.
Well, I can tell you this about Oakley Lauder. You mentioned Sage Koska as being one of those candidates in the outfield not to really run on, and Oakley, despite being all the way out in center field, has a good arm and can easily throw somebody out, and it turns out it doesn't matter there as that's strikeout number 3, or out number 3, I should say, and that'll end the inning.
Yeah, Harrison goes down swinging. It's the second strikeout for Peterson. All strikeouts brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com. So the Tigers have clawed their way back in it. After 4, it's 4-3 Northwest. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Top of the fifth we go. Rangers on top 4-3 after Northeast has scored 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth. And Tigers could have had more if not for a base running mistake. But Northwest now desperately needs to come to the plate and get some runs on the board. Cassidy Duskin back out for her 5th inning of work. She's been okay so far. Gave up a 3 spot in the first, a couple of zeros in the second and third, but did give a run up in the fourth. And she will now deal with the middle to bottom part of this order. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Rangers. Kaylee Comer, Molly Harris, and Kayla Helms. Comer, 1 for 1 officially, had a sacrifice bunt her first time up and singled her last trip to the plate. And takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Comer came in hitting .400 on the season to start the tournament. Hitless yesterday, but did get a bloop single right side her first time or last time up, as that pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1.
Well, like she did in that in her last at bat, the Rangers would really love to see Kaylee Comer get on base here with a hit, or really however she can, just to get something going to lead off this 5th inning.
She chops that pitch foul to the left side. Now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. This one is popped left side. Clanton will move over, and she'll settle under it and make the catch for out number 1. And that's a big out there, as Comer can really hit. One away here in the 5th, and that will bring out Molly Harris, the third baseman. A lot of pop-ups for both teams in this one. Handful for each. As Molly Harris 0 for 1, drew a walk her first time up and popped out to Demi Lindsay last time to the plate. Aggressive swing on that first pitch, but she fouls it back to the screen.
With as hot as Molly Harris has been for Northwest, I fully expect her to swing for the fences on every pitch here. Try to extend or give the Rangers some breathing room here in the 5th.
Harris 2 for 3 yesterday. High fly ball down the right field line. O'Brien is there, and she will make the catch for out number 2. Wasn't sure if O'Brien was going to be able to get over there. That ball eventually hung up in the air a while. And I think O'Brien caught that one in foul territory.
She did.
Regardless, it will be out number 2, and now Kayla Helms will step in. She's hit by a pitch her first time up, and then grounded out to the pitcher Duskin her last plate appearance. It takes that first pitch low for ball 1.
Kayla Helms, one of the sophomores that will not be back next season after she signed with Delta State. The only signee so far on this Northwest team, but I expect a few more to come when the season comes to an end.
But you would imagine a team that hits 386 would have some players certainly going. Certainly Koska would be the candidate, but she's coming back, so that will be very interesting to follow her recruitment next year and see where she will land, as Duskin misses low and away for ball 3. Struggled with her control early. 3 walks she's given up, and make that 4. And so Helms draws the 4th walk issued by Duskin. It's the 5th free pass. And we're going to have a meeting inside the circle. And while they do that, we'll step aside and take a break. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Meeting inside the circle is over. Coach Connell having a conversation with Buddy Burt. Don't know if he's going to make a change in the lineup at the next half inning. But Duskin back out there, and he's going to deal now with Caitlin Bednark, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So if you're Northwest, you believe she's due. For the Tigers, you believe maybe she's the person to get in the batter's box. And first pitch after the meeting is an HBP. That's the second hit batter that Duskin has allowed, and that will now put runners at first and second. This inning began with a pop out and a lazy fly out, and you thought, well, maybe Duskin's going to cruise through and Northeast is going to capture momentum. But since then, a walk and an HBP on 5 pitches, and now the Rangers have runners at first and second with 2 outs for the pitcher, Kaylee Peterson. Peterson has a 2 RBI single, but this one she sends out into center field, and Harris will run it down and squeeze it for the final out. Nice play by Tori Harrison to end the inning. So the Rangers threaten but get nothing across. To the bottom of the 5th we go. A tight one here in a loser-leave town match. 4-3 Rangers on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Bottom of the 5th we go. Top of the order for the Tigers. Really big inning here for Kaylee Peterson inside the circle. It's going to be Briley Pitt, Cassidy Duskin, and Caroline Clark to lead things off. Tigers fell behind 3-0 going to the bottom of the 3rd. They got a run across, but then the Rangers were able to get it back in the top of the 4th. And then it was that 2-run bottom half of the inning that allowed the Tigers to get back in it. And now they got a chance to tie or take the lead here in the 5th. Down to their last 9 outs, and Northwest will have to go through the lineup one more time at least if they want to advance and stick around to tomorrow. Pitt, second pitch, hammers this down the left field line. That one is a home run, solo shot for Briley Pitt. Her 7th bomb of the year, 34th RBI, and we are tied at 4. Well, just like that, Northeast has erased that 3-0 and then 4-1 deficit, and that's going to be it for Peterson. We're going to have a new pitcher. I believe it's going to be Megan Allen. We'll take a break and give you her numbers after this. You're watching the state softball tournament on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we've got a new ball game here in Fulton. Bottom of the 5th after the solo home run by Briley Pitt to lead things off. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Megan Allen, who started yesterday against Gulf Coast, will now toe the rubber inside the circle. Duskin takes the first pitch she sees on the outside corner for strike 1. Duskin 0 for 2, a pop out and a ground out. chops this one left side. It's going to get to Brower. Long throw over, not in time. Infield single for Cassidy Duskin. And the Tigers continue to capture momentum here as Megan Allen enters. Look at her numbers yesterday. She was the starter in the contest. She went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits, 8 walks, and 1 strikeout. So she's hoping to have a better performance today. But she was greeted very rudely by Cassidy Duskin, who got an infield single. And now that will bring up Caroline Clark, the designated player. 1 for 2 with a flyout and a single her last time up. So pitching changes brought to you by Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Outside, that one does catch the outside corner for strike 2. Boy, Buddy Bird's not the most convicted man calling balls and strikes back there, for lack of a better word. But Allen doesn't care. She got the call. 0-2, chopped left side. Nice play and a throw over in time. Boy, good play by Molly Harris on the scoop. Throw a little bit high, but Molly Beth Ferguson able to make the catch. And that will be the first down of the inning, but it does advance a runner into scoring position for the Tigers. So Taylor King, the second baseman, cleanup hitter, will step in. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop out. So Duskin at second. And first pitch that King sees misses high for ball 1. Allen on the year before yesterday had only pitched 19 innings. She had a 5.89 ERA. She came in with a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, but that really was negated by 7 walks and the 1 hit batter she gave up yesterday, trying to make up for that. Got a swing and a miss there, 1-1. That pitch is downstairs, throw to third base. It goes into left field. Koska's got it. She's going to throw home, and the throw's not in time. And Duskin slides in, and the Northeast Tigers have come all the way back and now lead it 5-4. An error by the catcher, Kayla Helms, trying to gun down Duskin, moving to third base. Goes into left field. Koska's throw was up the line, and Northeast, with 2 in, takes a 5-4 lead, looking for more here in the 5th.
An impressive rally here by Northeast after falling behind 3 runs in that top of the first inning, and Northwest really on their toes here over these final 2.5 frames.
Allen misses outside, 2 balls and a strike, and Northwest just kind of kicked it around a little bit. We've seen Brower with an error, and Helms with one there, and this is lined in the left center field gap. That's down for a base hit, could be extra bases. King heads for second. She slides in with a double, her 7th of the year, and the Tigers continue to hammer the softball. They've got another runner in scoring position.
Next for the Tigers is number 3, Denny Lindsay.
That will bring up Denny Lindsay as Megan Allen struggling here in the circle in relief of Kaylee Peterson. Lindsay 0 for 2, struck out and reached on an error. And takes that first pitch outside for ball 1. It's a Tigers club that hits .326 on the year. Only 34 home runs. They have a .507 slugging percentage. Good team in terms of hitting the softball. Really struggled yesterday. I think a lot of that was Nia Luckett, the pitcher for Jones. And Peterson had done a good job keeping this lineup down. They only had 1 run going into the 4th inning. But they have come alive here. They've been aggressive at the plate. And they've found some holes. Got a home run in this inning, got a double in this inning. And they have taken advantage of an error as well to plate 2, looking for more and take a 5-4 lead. And that pitch sails to the backstop. That's going to get King over to third base on the wild pitch. And the Tigers now 60 feet away from grabbing a 2-run lead.
This Northwest infield all around, they just need to settle down, gain their composure back a little bit, or this could get ugly real fast.
Well, you mentioned it. Northwest just kind of looks a little shell-shocked at the moment. All the momentum in that Tigers dugout. Now looking for more. The 3-1 pitch misses high for ball 4. Lindsay will draw the free pass. And at some point, you may have to wonder who else will Northwest put in the circle. Peterson struggling a bit the last inning or so, and then Allen, when you go back to what she did yesterday, has not been able to consistently throw strikes. And now Northeast has runners at first and third for Kiki O'Brien, who had an RBI single her last time up, her third RBI of the year, and she takes the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Well, if Northwest goes to anybody else, my guess would have to be Sage Koska. She, along with Kaylee Peterson, pitched a majority of the season. Mallory Hunt is the only other option after her, and she's had limited action, mostly against Coahoma, and I think her last one was against Mississippi Delta in Game 2. So my guess would be if they do change pitchers, it will be Sage Koska here.
The 2-0 pitch, that one stays high for 3 balls and no strikes. And Lindsay over there at first base, not really a threat to steal. Only twice all year has she attempted. She's been successful both times, but I can't imagine they would do it here on the 3-0 count. And that one downstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Allen. And the Tigers now have the bases loaded with 1 out. And we're going to have a meeting inside the circle as the Rangers have collapsed here over the last couple of innings. And the Tigers have secured all the momentum. While they talk, we'll take a break. 5-4 Northeast in the elimination game of day number 2. This is the state softball tournament on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Trav!
Bases are loaded, 1 out after the meeting inside the circle, and Keegan Hubber will step to the plate. Hubbard with a single her first time up. And that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes, so Allen continues to really struggle when it comes to throwing strikes. And finally gets one over for a called strike, 2-1. Bases are loaded here for the Tigers. 2 runs already in and looking for more. They've grabbed a 5-4 lead. The 2-1, that one stays high. 3 balls and 1 strike, and now, boy, Hubbard can be awfully selective. I would imagine she's taking all the way here as Allen has really struggled with her control. Nowhere to put her if you're Allen. The 3-1 pitch, that one is high for ball 4. And Allen with 3 straight walks has walked in a run, and it's now 6-4, and that's going to be it for Megan Allen.
Let's see who we go to here. Koska's going to stay out in the outfield. Kaylee Peterson's going to re-enter the game in the circle for the Rangers. I think that'll be the only defensive change as Koska remains out there in the outfield. I don't see any other sign of any change of catcher or anything like that, so we'll see what Peterson can do.
So while she goes through her warm-up pitches, we'll step aside. Some drama here in Fulton. Tigers on top 6-4. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
So Peterson has finished her warm-up tosses. She has re-entered the contest. She was the starter for Northwest in this one. She was rolling along there until the bottom of the fourth inning, gave up 2 runs, and then the Tigers have pushed across 3, and they may not be done yet. 6-4 Northeast on top. Bases are loaded with 1 out, and Charlie Clanton has stepped to the plate. She is 2 for 2 today with a triple and a run scored and an RBI single. Looking to blow this open now for Northeast, and it was lined back to Peterson, who gloves it, throws to first base. In time, double play. Northwest, maybe that's the play they need to turn this thing around, as Peterson spun to third, and she spun to second, and then delivered a strike over to first base, and that's a huge Little Caesars double play as the Rangers are out of the inning, but not before the Tigers score 3 runs. 6-4 Northeast after 5. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza. Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
To the top of the 6th we go. It's a new ball game for sure. The Northeast Tigers have scored 6 runs in the last 3 innings and now have a 6-4 lead as Cassidy Duskin will pitch this tournament for the first time in the circle with her team on top of the scoreboard. And she will deal now with the bottom of the lineup for the Rangers here in the 6th. And now they are down to their last 6 outs. We kind of counted some outs, Brian, earlier in this one of Northeast. Now the Rangers are looking at 6 outs to play with, and they've got to score at least 2.
They do, and this is a tough spot to be in for anybody. Northwest has had to rally before. Typically the 5th inning has been their rally inning, but now you're past that. You're in the 6th inning, so we'll see what they can do. They had to rally in Game 1 against East Central. They've had to rally in several other games, including against Colin as well, so we'll see what they can do here and what they can start off with in this 6th inning.
8, 9, and 1 for the Rangers. It'll be Oakley Lauder, Layla Armstrong, and top of the order, Sage Koska to face Cassidy Duskin, who has thrown every pitch for the Tigers in this tournament. First pitch of the 6th is low for ball 1. Lauder 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice her first time up, struck out swinging last time to the plate. One of 3 times that Duskin has recorded a strikeout in this lineup. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2, 2-0. So now if you're Duskin, you got to somehow find a way to throw strikes and put a 0 on the board. Rangers are going to get the heart of the lineup over the next 2 innings, chance to do something. And that was in there for a strike, 2-1. Koska, the leadoff hitter, will hit 3rd in this inning. And then, of course, Maddie Brower, Kaylee Comer, Molly Harris, all guaranteed to hit. So Northeast is going to have to go through the heart of this lineup if they want to secure this win. That 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. And now Duskin in danger of issuing the dreaded lead-off walk, which is exactly what the Rangers need. The speedy Layla Armstrong on deck, and of course with the way she bunts and runs, Rangers would have a chance to not only advance a runner to scoring position, but to put 2 on with nobody out. The 3-1 in there for a called strike, and that will run the count full.
Seeing some work some players head down to the Northeast bullpen, while Pearl River is also in the bullpen, so I'll have to share that for a minute.
Full count pitch, and this one is lined into left center field, down for a base hit. That's a start there for Lauder and the Rangers. First hit for Lauder on the afternoon. And Northwest has a leadoff runner here in the 6th.
Well, that's what I was talking about last time Oakley Lauder came up, is that despite being in the bottom of the order and you look at her stats, she can get a hit wherever she needs to, and we're going to have a pinch runner. Looks like Mary Britton Faulkner, number 2, will run in place of Lauder at first base, but a great way to start off the inning for Northwest.
Faulkner, the hometown Senatobia native, sophomore, went to Senatobia High School, and so the scenario I mentioned a second ago could play out here. Armstrong now will come to the plate. Layla is 1 for 2. Reached on an error that was caught stealing, trying to go from second to third on a great throw by Hannah Milhorn earlier in the contest. And she singled her last time to the plate. 370 hitter, can really run. You'd imagine they'll go with the bunt game here. She swings and misses on a pitch on the inside corner, but that gets away from the catcher, Bailey Smith, and now that will move Faulkner up to second base, so the Rangers don't have to bunt to get a runner in scoring position and can now rely on Armstrong to swing the bat. And, boy, wild pitches, pass balls, errors, these are the kinds of things that we've seen play out not only in this tournament but particularly in this contest, and have played a big part in this one so far. Armstrong pulls the bunt back on the high pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a very rare lefty-on-lefty matchup in the tournament. Duskin deals. This one bunted, but fouled behind home plate. And so now Armstrong behind in the count 1-2. And the question remains, will Chelsea Bramlett ask her to try to bunt again, or if you're Armstrong, just try to see if you can pull something to the right side of the infield to advance Faulkner to third. The 1-2. This one is a high fly ball. This one's going to get over and all the way to the wall. Faulkner will hit the bag at third. She's going to score. It's an RBI double for Layla Armstrong. Her 7th RBI of the year, her 3rd double of the season, and Northwest has cut the lead to 1.
Well, anybody who's watched Northwest at all this year, Layla's typically your slap hitter. Doesn't get a lot of those extra base hits, but she hammered that one. And Northwest within 1, and here comes, surprise, surprise, Sage Koska to the plate after this pitching visit.
Well over the head of Keegan Hubbard as Tori Harrison tried to get over there from the center field spot. So back and forth we go in this one. And Coach Connell going to have a conversation with his entire infield. Rangers have responded here. 6-5 your score. Armstrong in scoring position. And as Brian mentioned, not only is it the top of the order, it's the best hitter perhaps in program history. Sage Koska to the plate. 14 home runs, 53 RBIs. She has set the single season record in both of those categories. She has 3 hits on the tournament. 3 for 5 in this tournament. And the left-handed batter from South Haven will face the left-handed pitcher, Cassidy Duskin from Ardmore, Alabama, in what will be the biggest at-bat of the season for Koska and the biggest pitches that Duskin will have thrown up to this point. Still nobody out here in the inning, and the Rangers are going to have the heart of the order up. Koska here, Maddie Brower on deck, Kaylee Comer in the hole. It's the first pitch in there for a strike as they go away with the fastball. Koska walked her first time up, grounded out to Duskin, and then hit a sacrifice fly her last time to the plate. This one ripped back up the middle and through for a base hit into center field. Armstrong hits the bag at third. She's going to come around to score as Koska gets to second base. And it's an RBI single for Sage Koska, her 54th of the year. And we are tied at 6.
Well, Koska doing what she does best, stretching that one into a double, getting on second base. And the game is tied up, and Maddie Brower, another dangerous Northwest hitter, due up, but I think that's going to be all possibly for Cassidy Duskin here.
I would imagine you're right. Duskin looks like she's thrown her last pitch of the day. Rangers have responded with 2 runs, and Koska replaces Armstrong at second base. And while they sort everything out with the change, we'll tell you about the new Northeast pitcher in a moment. We'll step aside. You're watching the 2021 MACCC State Softball Tournament on Let's Go ICC TV. This is the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
It'll be Caroline Clark, the new pitcher for the Northeast Tigers. All pitching changes brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. A look at the numbers for Clark. This is her 9th appearance. She's 0-1 on the year. She's thrown 8 in the 3rd innings, given up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. She's given up 2 home runs on the year and has a 3.36 ERA. All stats brought to you by Sonic. And right now, she's going to have to quiet down these hot Northwest bats as the Rangers have come through with several hard hit balls. 3 hits already in. Kotska with an RBI single. She advanced to second on the throw to tie the game after Layla Armstrong hit an RBI double to bring the Rangers to within 1. And now the Rangers are going to have the meat of this order. Maddie Brower steps to the plate. Brower, a .454 average coming in to the state tournament. 7 home runs, tied for second on the team in that category. 33 runs batted in. 1 for 3 on the day. Singled her first time up. Pop out and a ground out her last 2 plate appearances. But she's got a chance to drive in her teammate Kotska at second. And that pitch stays down. 2 balls and no strikes. As this one has seesawed back and forth. The Rangers put a 3 spot on the board at the top of the 1st inning. Tigers responded with a run at the bottom of the 3rd. Northwest got that run back in the 4th. And the Tigers scored 5 runs over the last 2 innings. 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. The Northwest has responded with 2 here in the 6th and looking for more as that one is fouled into the Northwest bullpen. 2 balls and a strike to Maddie Brower. The big gap between Cassidy Duskin and her 113 innings pitched to start this contest in the 8 and the 3rd for Caroline Clark. But what Coach Connell feels is the best as Clark misses low for ball 3. And now Maddie Brower can be very selective on the 3-1 pitch. First base is open, so may not necessarily get a fastball in the zone from Clark. She does, and that is ripped down the 3rd base line, but foul. And boy, the Tigers dodged a bullet there as Brower was just a bit out in front. And that will run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the top half of the 6th inning. Rangers looking to recapture the lead after the Tigers have played 5 in the last 2 innings. Big gap in right center field for Brower. The full count pitch, and this one is a high fly ball in the deep left field. It's carrying, and it's a 2-run homer. It's gone. Maddie Brower with her 8th bomb of the year. RBIs 34 and 35, and the Rangers retake the lead.
Wow. She was due for one of those, and honestly, I had to hold my breath on that one to see if that would stay in the ballpark, or stay in foul or fair territory, and it did. And no outs on the board for Northwest, and still a chance to do some more damage here.
4 runs in for the Rangers here, still nobody out, so the heart of the order has come through so far. Sage Koska with an RBI single, Maddie Brower with a 2 RBI home run, and now Kaylee Comer, the number 3 hitter, will step in. And she'll take a big cut at that one. A swing and a miss for strike one. Comer is 1 for 2 with a single. And boy, back and forth we go. 2 teams appear to be pretty evenly matched. Records are very similar. Northwest came in 15 and 13. Northeast at 16 and 12. This one ripped left side. Boy, nice play by Briley Pitt, and she'll throw all the way across the infield in time for out number 1. That ball was hammered, but Pitt, who started in right field and was moved to third base earlier, did a great job to stab at it and make a long throw over in time for the very first out of the inning.
And that'll bring Molly Harris up, and I know I've talked about it several times, but one of the hottest hitters, if not the hottest hitter in the Ranger lineup right now. And even though you got nobody on base, love to see her start off here with a double or just something just to keep this inning alive for Northwest.
0 for 2 with a walk is Harris as she rips this one back up the box and through for a base hit into center field. And right now the Rangers are locked in on what these Northeast pitchers are serving at the plate. That's Harris's first hit of the afternoon. And now that will bring up the catcher, Kayla Helms. Well, Caroline Clark right now just trying to find a way to limit this damage as the Rangers have hit everything hard. Helms was hit by a pitch and got an RBI for it in her first plate appearance. She's also walked as well, grounded out, officially 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Harris not really a threat to steal over there at first base as that pitch downstairs but gets away. Now throw to second base. Harris slides in safely. So she does a nice job to read the ball in the dirt and moves into scoring position as the Rangers continue to put pressure on the Northeast Tigers.
Not a threat to steal, but sometimes you'd be surprised at who chooses to steal and when, and good heads-up base running there by Molly Harris.
She's 3 for 5 on the year coming into the tournament in stolen bases. That's not really a stolen base attempt, but got down there. This one grounded right side and fielded cleanly, and a throw to first is in time as Harrison moves from center field to second base. Duskin went from the pitcher's circle out to center field. So Helms is retired 4-3 for the second out of the inning, but I think Tori Harrison would be the first to tell you that was not her best throw, but she got some help from her teammate Demi Lindsay up first base. So now that will bring up Caitlin Bednark, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. She was hit by a pitch her last time up, and she's got a chance to extend this Northwest lead and get it back to 3 runs, which is where it was going into the bottom of the third. And that pitch down the heart of the plate for strike one. It will even the count. Boy, this one is just what you would want in an elimination game. Day number 2, game number 1 of the 2021 MACCC State Softball Tournament here in Fulton. This one chopped left side, going to be a tough play. Clanton has it go off her glove out into left field. That's going to score Harris from third, and the Rangers recapture their 3-run lead. It's 9-6.
Error there on Clanton, just a tough one. Tough one for the Northeast defense, allows another run to score. And 2 outs, Kaylee Peterson to the plate with a runner on first.
Kaylee Peterson.
So Peterson, who started in the circle, then was relieved by Megan Allen, then came back into the circle, will step into the plate. She had a 2 RBI single back in the top of the first inning. She takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. The momentum pendulum swing in this one has been huge. It was northwest for the first couple of innings, and then it was northeast for the last couple. And the Rangers with a big crooked number, a 5 spot so far here in the 6th inning. Looking for more, as this one is chopped foul left side, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Peterson also drew a walk and has flown out. Cassidy Duskin is playing about 2 feet in front of the warning track out there in deep left center field. That's as deep as anybody I've seen play so far in this tournament. Really respecting the power of Peterson. And there's also a gigantic gap in right center. If there is a ball Peterson lines, it gets over the head of Harrison at second base. Bednart can run for days, and Peterson might not be too far behind her. Now Duskin moves over a little bit more towards straightaway center, but still definitely shading Peterson to pull.
Definitely a big gap there as well.
The 1-2, snap throw down, and Bednart is safe. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. High pop up behind home plate. Will that stay in? No, it will not. And Peterson will survive. As Bailey Smith gave it a look.
Going to get more softballs from that northeast dugout.
Got to bring some more in. Everybody's hoarding them out there with all the foul balls that have been hit today.
Got to return it to the dugout. Don't return it to the press box because you're not going to get an autograph from Jeremy Kennedy.
My hands hurting.
I think that'd be a valuable ball though, or valuable autograph.
Look, with all the places I've been, things I've seen, no doubt about it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kaylee Peterson, trying to keep the inning alive for the Rangers. 5 runs in for Northwest. Clark will deal. This one ripped left side. That's through for a base hit past Pitt at third base, and the hit parade continues for Northwest. Bednart will stop at second. Second hit for Peterson, and now runners at first and second.
That's right at 10 hits for Northwest in this ball game. They've had a lot of games where they've had double-digit hits and hadn't really had one of those in just a little while, I think, except for Game 2 against Northeast. That was just a home run party for the Rangers. So 10 hits here. Northwest hoping to get a couple more, stretch this just a little bit more. 9-6, still a good lead, but you could always use a few insurance runs.
We'll bring up Oakley Lauder, who singled to lead things off in this inning. What feels like about an hour ago. She came around to score. Lauder 1 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice and struck out before that single to lead things off. Just got a bloop single to the left center field. And that got the 5-run inning going. First pitch misses downstairs for ball 1. Got a good day of softball. We talked about it yesterday. All the chalk held. Jones, Gulf Coast, ICC, and Colin. This is the first game of day number 2. Northeast and Northwest. Hines and Pearl River scheduled to start at 2:30. We will not make that start, I can assure you. As that pitch goes off the glove of Bailey Smith, it'll be a pass ball. It was called a strike, but that will move both runners now into scoring position as the Tigers continue to have a nightmarish top of the 6th inning, and now Northwest with a chance to add 2 more with a base hit from their center fielder. Lauder 13 RBIs on the year. And that one in there for a called strike. It'll be 1-2. Good pitch there by Caroline Clark. Look ahead to the northeast bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be 9-1-2. Tori Harrison, Briley Pitt, and Cassidy Duskin. So the Tigers will have who they want coming up to try to answer. The 1-2, chopped left side. That one is foul as it got past a diving Pitt over there at third. And a nice job by Lauder just to get the barrel out there and to get it on the softball. Almost had herself a double down the left field line. The 1-2 pitch from Clark, and this one hammered left side, foul, way out in front of that one.
Well, she's trying, and remember we talked about this a little bit yesterday, that Northwest they at least are going to make contact with the ball. You know, they may not turn it into a base hit, but they're not a team that strikes out too entirely often. So if they're going to get out, they're going to make your defense work for it.
1-2, again hammered down the left field line, but foul, and Lauder doing a good job staying alive here with 2 strikes. And if you're Caroline Clark, continue to make some of those same pitches. Eventually, Lauder's probably going to get you. She's been able to wait a bit on the off speed. So now we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners at second and third for the Rangers. 5 runs in, and they lead it 9-6. Clark deals. That one is fouled to the right of the batter's box, and everybody will head back. And a good job there by Bailey Smith to go and grab that before it potentially rolled back fair, because there was no chance that Smith was going to be able to throw out Lauder heading down to first base. And by that point, Bednark was halfway down the line. Wind picking up out there in right center. Could be a factor in a ball hit that way. 1-2. This one fouled again as Lauder continues to battle at the plate. And Clark trying to mix in different pitches and speeds and locations. And Lauder has been able to at least get a bat on every single one of them with 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch again, and this time it's high for ball 2. Good job by Lauder not to chase. So you wonder if that's a pitch to try to change the eye level of Lauder. She goes upstairs on 1-2, see if she gets her to chase. If not, maybe Lauder will be looking at a pitch lower in the zone. Seen pitchers go away to the righties a lot today. This one right down the middle, got her looking. Oakley Lauder takes strike 3 down the middle. And that will retire the side, but not before the Rangers plate 5 runs in the inning and retake the lead. It's 9-6 Northwest. We move to the bottom of the inning. You're watching it on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Back and forth affair here in Fulton. This is the elimination game. The first one of the day. We'll have Pearl River and Hines coming up. Supposed to start at 2:30. That will not happen as we are rapidly approaching 2 o'clock here in Fulton. 9-6 your score. Northwest on top as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Northeast will have 9-1-2. Tori Harrison, who started the day at center field, has now moved to second base, will lead things off against Kaylee Peterson and takes the first pitch over for a called strike. Harrison had a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd inning that scored Charlie Clanton after her leadoff triple, and then she struck out in her last plate appearance. And that takes that pitch outside for ball 1. That will even the count. And so if you're Northeast, you kind of look at it the way Northwest looked at it last inning. You had the bottom of the order, but if you get somebody on base, you got the people you want at the plate. And, well, Kayla Helms, the catcher, walking gingerly out to the circle, now walking gingerly back to home plate. She called time and grabbing at her right hip.
I don't know if that stems from yesterday. I think she got banged up a little bit yesterday on a foul ball, and we'll have to watch that.
Chopped left side. Harris gloves, throws in time to retire Harrison. Boy, she double clutched and still made a nice throw in plenty of time. Not sure what Harris did there, but she made the play eventually. Harrison is retired 5-3 to lead off the bottom of the 6th. So that will get us to the top of the order. Briley Pitt will step in now, 1 for 3, but that one was a big one. She had a solo home run in the 3-run 5th for the Tigers. And takes the first pitch for a called strike. Peterson began the game in the circle, was relieved by Megan Allen, and then came back in that 3-run 5th and got a line out, which turned into a double play to end the inning. And then the Rangers put up that huge 5-run 6th. Pitt on the year now with 7 home runs, 34 runs batted in. And bloops this one straight away, but it's going to hang up enough for Maddie Brower to move under it and make the catch for out number 2. Some bad luck there. It looked like perhaps that one would drop in front of Lauder in center field, but it hung up just enough, and Pitt is retired, and now quickly 2 outs here in the 6th, and the Tigers down to their last 4.
Coach Connell is going to have a brief conference here with his batter.
It'll be Cassidy Duskin, who is the starting pitcher. Duskin is 1 for 3. A pop out, a ground out, and a single.
Pretty lengthy conference.
I was about to say, Kevin Connell.
A lot of strategy being discussed.
Yeah. Discussing War and Peace, no doubt.
Haven't read that book yet. Heard it's a long one.
If you've got about a month.
Maybe 2 for me.
You can definitely read all of it. Would take about 4 for Adam, our producer. Swing and a miss as Cassidy Duskin waves at the first pitch. In my defense, Adam said 4, so I thought I thought I would confirm. Adam will be with you on the Nightcaps broadcast as his ICC Indians will take on the Colin Wolves. We've got a long way before we get to that one, though. There's still plenty of softball, including in this one. Duskin rounds right back up the middle. Peterson will glove it, throw to first in time, and that's exactly what the Rangers needed. A 1-2-3 shutdown inning, and they got it. After 6, it's 9-6 Rangers. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best story here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, Your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
To the top of the 7th we go. Tigers need a 0 to start this one and have a chance at a comeback. We've got a new pitcher into the contest for Northeast. It'll be number 0, Keegan Hubber, making her 18th appearance. She's actually started 13 games. She's 7-5 on the year with 7 complete games, 78 2/3 innings pitched, 101 hits, 64 runs, 48 earned, 24 walks, 40 strikeouts. She's given up 10 home runs and has a 4.27 ERA. This is, of course, another Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi pitching change. And those stats brought to you by Sonic. So we've had more of these pitching changes in today's game than we did yesterday. And you would imagine that with this being an elimination game and the Tigers trying to do whatever they can to stay alive and keep their season going. It will end today if they're not able to get at least 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. But they've got to first make sure Northwest puts up a 0. Rangers trying to stay alive. Winner of this one tomorrow will play for their season as well. Coming up after this one, Hines and Pearl River. That one, an elimination game. The winner's bracket games tonight at 5 o'clock. Jones will take on Gulf Coast. That one should be terrific. I'll have that one for you. And then, as I've mentioned before, the nightcap will be the ICC Indians and the Colin Wolves. And the voice of the Indians and Sports Information Director, Adam Gore, will be with you for that one. So 9-1-2 for Northwest here in the 7th. It'll be Layla Armstrong, Sage Koska, and Maddie Brower. This part of the lineup was the start of that 5-run 6th inning. Armstrong with 2 hits on the afternoon, a single and an RBI double. Shows bunt on the first pitch, takes it back for ball 1. So if you're Hubbard, the mission is pretty clearly defined. Northwest can't score. Got to make it a 3-run game as you go to the bottom of the 7th. This one's chopped right side. Clark, who moved to second base, fields it but can't throw to first in time. And Layla Armstrong with a 3-hit afternoon is a leadoff runner aboard for the Rangers here in the 7th.
And we're going to have an discussion here. I shouldn't say an argument, a discussion here from the Northeast dugout on that. Good effort by the fielder there for Northeast. It was a good play there, just kind of close, but I think Layla did beat it out.
Well, there's no question she beat it out, and Clark did everything she could. That's one of the advantages of being a slapper from the left side when you've got speed. If you can beat the ball into the ground and get it to stay in the air for a long time, even if you hit it to second base the way Armstrong did, you can beat it out. And Armstrong showing off her speed as Kevin Connell had a conversation with Lauren King, but no change in the call. And now the top of the order will come to the plate, and Sage Koska, who had an RBI single her last time up. She's 4 for 6 in this tournament. She was hitting .455 coming in, got an RBI. Now she has 54 to add to her single season record in that category, and looking for more against Hubbard and the Tigers. That pitch is high for ball 1. Outfield playing her pretty straight away. Harrison's moved back to center field. Kiki Bryant still in right. Duskin moved to left, and she continues to play deep out there, whether it's in center or in left. Outside corner, that one catches the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Koska wasn't thrilled with it, but she's got a battle now as Hubbard looks for a strikeout and the first out of the inning. The 1-2, this one ripped right side, through for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Armstrong's going to hit the bag at third. She's going to come around to score. It's an RBI double for Sage Koska, and the Rangers now lead it 10-6.
Good base running by Layla Armstrong, showing off her speed there, but also a good hit there by Koska, knowing just where to place it. Went almost all the way back to the wall, and that just Armstrong took off, never hesitated once, and it's a 10-6 ball game.
Boy, Koska now with 55 RBIs just continues to pound the softball this year. She's 5 for 7 in the tournament and has come up huge today. And so has the heart of this order. The big hitters in that Northwest lineup have been gigantic. And Maddie Brower being one of them will step in. She has a 2-hit day her last time up. The same situation, she hit a 2-run home run to tie the game for the Tigers. So Koska, another runner in scoring position for Northeast. And you mentioned it, Caroline Clark, the second baseman, moved towards the bag as soon as that ball was hit. And that ball was laced exactly where Clark would have been. And then the ball split the difference in right center field. And Armstrong, with the way she runs, there was no way that she was not going to score there. One pitch to Brower, and out in front of that one as she fouled it back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, that one outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brower singled. It popped out, grounded out, and it hit a 2-run home run. 8 home runs, 35 RBIs for her on the year now. 2-2, right back up the middle, through for a base hit. Koska hits the bag at third. Here comes the throw, not in time. It's an RBI single for Maddie Brower as she advances on the throw. Her 3rd RBI of the day, 36th of the year, and the Rangers have opened it up a bit. It's now 11-6, and they got more coming with a runner in scoring position.
We're going to have Molly Beth Ferguson batting here. She's been playing first all game as the flex position. Looks like she's going to come in perhaps for Kaylee Comer, who's been the designated player.
Yeah, Comer was due up in this spot. So Comer had a hit today, and so now it will be Molly Beth Ferguson. And Ferguson on the year, hitting .210. Ferguson 0 for 1 yesterday. So Northwest has done exactly what you want if you're a fan of the Rangers, and that is get some insurance runs. And it's been exactly the part of the lineup you would expect. Layla Armstrong, who was the leadoff hitter yesterday, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. And so Coach Bramlett decides to move her down to the number 9 spot, and she has responded with a couple of hits, a walk, and a sacrifice fly, and she sort of acted as a leadoff hitter at the bottom of that lineup. And this one is hammered out into left field. Duskin on the run. She'll make the catch. And the throw comes to third base. Not in time as Brower was able to slide underneath that tag. And that will get a runner 60 feet from home plate. Somebody from Northeast didn't think so.
No, very, very vocal about their displeasure on that call, but Brower taking a risk there on that fly ball to left, and she happens to just get in there under the tag, and Molly Harris up with a runner in scoring position.
Boy, first of all, credit to Duskin for tracking that ball down, being able to catch it, turn, and throw a strike to third base. And Pitt was over there in time and applied the tag. Brower just barely beat it. Of course, Duskin, the ace for this Tiger staff, so you would imagine, obviously, if she gets put into center field, she would be able to make a strong throw, and did. But heads-up base running by Brower to take the extra base. And now Northwest doesn't necessarily need a base hit to get that third run in the inning. As Molly Harris steps in, walked earlier, singled her last time to the plate. Harris, one of the better hitters in this lineup, hitting .430 to start this tournament. Struggled a bit yesterday. And that one goes off the glove. Brower going to come home, and she's going to score on the pass ball, and that indeed does plate the third run of the inning for Northwest. 8 runs in the last 2 innings, and we're still not done, and the Northwest Rangers now lead at 12-6. So 3 balls and no strikes to Molly Harris. Kayla Helms, the catcher, on deck. And so Northeast just putting itself in a deeper and deeper hole. And good pitch by Hubbard as Harris wasn't able to check her swing on what would have been ball 4. Now the count is 3-1. That pitch somehow catches the top of the strike zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Molly Harris will step back in. If you're looking ahead to the Tigers' bottom of the 7th, they will have 3, 4, and 5. This one chopped left side and foul past Pitt, I beg your pardon, down third base.
Hey, at least it rhymed, right? You were
well,
close.
Her name is Briley Pitt, so just combining. She's been terrific at third base. Started in right field. Done a good job over there at third base, and made a good effort at that foul ball down the third baseline. But the Tigers will have 3, 4, and 5 up, needing at least 6, maybe more. As Harris draws the full count walk. Second time she's walked today. Third time she's been on base. And so that will bring up Kayla Helms.
I think we're going to have a runner here at first, perhaps, as Coach Chelsea Bramlett with her lineup card out there. We will. And that's going to be number 23, Haley Buchanan, out of Tunica, Mississippi. She's going to be the runner at first base for Molly Harris.
Number 23, Haley Buchanan.
23 in the Reds, 00 in a lot of the other uniforms.
Yeah, the red uniforms broke out late in the season, had a couple minor number changes with a few players. Like typically Layla Armstrong wears 1. She's wearing 4 today. Kaylee Comer wearing 21. Just a minor inconvenience for us SIDs, right, and broadcasters just to get that before the game. But they do look sharp in them, and I'm saying that as a biased Northwest broadcaster.
Shot foul down the right field side. Given your position, I don't think anybody would criticize you for being biased. You're kind of literally paid to be, but that's okay.
Well, I will say this about Northeast. It's something I wanted to say when they had to pull Cassidy Duskin from pitching. I mean, she pitched the whole game against Jones yesterday, pitched in this one, and, you know, they put her out there. She's still playing well out in the outfield, still has a dangerous bat at the plate. Just a good effort by her yesterday and also today in these first few innings.
Yeah, Northeast has moved a lot of people around. They've got a very versatile lineup. Right now trying to find outs 2 and 3 to get to the batter's box and see if they can mount a big-time comeback as this one is skied into right field. O'Brien is there to make the catch for out number 2. So Kayla Helms flies out to right field.
And this is going to be a pinch hitter as well. I believe Morgan Langley. Yes. See, we don't get to see her a whole lot, and when we do, she's in a different jersey number than today, so I had to double-check myself. But
Langley hitting .333 on the year, no homers, no RBIs, a .600 on-base percentage, .333 slugging. She is 2 for 6 at the plate, so at bat number 7 coming for Morgan Langley. Local product, South Haven, Mississippi, DeSoto Central High School.
Teammates with Molly Beth Ferguson and also Caitlin Benark, who've been playing first and second all day today.
First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Well, one thing I have noticed, I think Northeast probably pitches inside more than any team in this tournament, at least up to this point. Do it again, and this one is laced out into left field for a base hit as Langley keeps the inning alive. That'll improve that batting average. Now 3 for 7 on the year. How about 420 from Morgan Langley? 2 on, 2 outs now as the hit parade continues for the Rangers, and this will bring up the pitcher, Kaylee Peterson. Peterson on the afternoon, couple of singles and a walk. First single was a 2 RBI single back in the first, as Hubbard's pitch is high for ball 1. So the Rangers trailed 6-4 going into the top of the 6th inning. And since then, all they've done is score 8 unanswered and looking for more. Northeast will be down to their last 3 outs of the year. And that pitch low for ball 2.
Well, you look at it, and the key, looking at the line score out there on the scoreboard, has just been big innings for Northwest. Aside from 1 run in the 4th, they've scored 3 runs or more in 3 other innings, including this one. And Northeast, obviously, with that big 5th inning, took the lead. They also had a big 2-run inning in the 4th, and that kind of helped put the Rangers on its toes. But like you said, 8 unanswered. When a team has their back to the wall, it's all about how they respond, and the Rangers have responded well in this one.
Get me over strike is called there, 3-1. So imagine Peterson will get the green light here with a 6-run lead in the 7th, trying to extend as much as they can. Duskin deep out there in left. That pitch comes inside, nearly hit her, and will be the 2nd time Peterson has drawn a walk today. And now the bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And Oakley Lauder, the center fielder, will step to the plate. 2nd time in as many innings that the Rangers have batted around. Everybody came to the plate last inning for a 5-run 6th. Everybody has come to the plate in this inning so far for a 3-run 7th. (1-0), and that one does catch the outside corner for a strike to even the count.
Lauder, one of several sophomores that was honored yesterday by our Northwest administration prior to leaving for the tournament, as they'll miss the commencement ceremony tomorrow. Wanted to go ahead and get them their diplomas already. So Lauder, Kaylee Peterson.
This one hammered right back up the middle, and it hangs up enough for Harrison to squeeze it for out number 3. Lauder hammered it, but right into the glove of Harrison. And the Tigers finally in the inning, but not before 3 more runs come across. It'll take 6 runs to keep playing, 7 for the Tigers to move on. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tab's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
To the top of the 7th we go. Last chance for Northeast to extend their season. Got to have 6 to tie. 7 would win it, and they're going to face Kaylee Peterson. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 up for the Tigers. Caroline Clark, Taylor King, and Demi Lindsay due up. Caroline 1 for 3, a fly-out single, and a ground out. And that pitch in there for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Peterson trying to close this one out. Breaking pitch. That one beautifully catches the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is a high fly ball to left. Koska will come in and make the catch for out number 1. And that's exactly what you want there if you're Kaylee Peterson. Just throw strikes, let your defense help you, and finish this one off without any drama. Taylor King, the cleanup hitter, second baseman for the Tigers, will step in. 1 for 3 with a double. First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Well, it's a credit to Kaylee Peterson. You know, she got rocked around there in that 1 inning, the 5th inning, and had to come back in, I believe, in the same inning as well. Just had to settle down, and ever since then, she's been as solid as they come for Northwest.
King fouls that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Finish your thought on the sophomores for Northwest.
Yes, sophomores.
The way they get their recognition.
Before the break, 5 of our 6 sophomores are actually graduating and finishing up. As we mentioned, Sage Koska coming back, but we'll talk about the ones that are actually leaving. Center fielder Oakley Lauder, also pitcher Kaylee Peterson. We have Molly Beth Ferguson, who's over there playing at first base. That's also got her degree.
This one grounded left side. Brower will field it, throw across the infield in time for out number 2. So 1 out left for the Tigers in the 2021 season as Northwest looks to move on and stick around for tomorrow's game.
And the other 2, catcher Kayla Helms, who we mentioned signed with Delta State, and also Mary Britton Faulkner. So congratulations to those 5 sophomores for an outstanding academic and athletic career at Northwest. And as for Sage Koska, we'll see you back here next year with a powerful bat and basically any defense anywhere, outfield or pitching. So we'll be glad to have her.
Yeah, she's going to have a chance to basically be the Northwest record book on the softball diamond as Demi Lindsay is the last hope for Northeast. She swings at that pitch out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. She is 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout, reached on an error, walked her last time up. Takes that pitch outside for ball 2, 2-1. Pearl River and Hines are up next. I'll have that one for you. Not sure when they'll start. It's 2:30 now. They're supposed to start right now as this one is popped behind home plate. Helms is under it. She makes the catch, and that will do it. The Northwest Rangers stay alive in the MACCC State Softball Tournament as they knock off the Northeast Tigers by a final score of 12-6. Northwest improves to 19-15 overall. Northeast ends their season at 23-19. We'll take a break, come back and wrap this one up for you and get you set for game number 2 of day number 2. So we have our first eliminated team in the tournament, the Northeast Tigers. We're back after this. You're watching softball on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we enter our Renaissance Bank post-game show, RenaissanceBank.com. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn more about their rewards extra checking accounts. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. And, of course, in a seesaw back and forth, it was fun to broadcast. Northwest ended up winning at 12-6. Got off to a great start with 3 spot in the top of the first inning. Northeast answered with a run in the bottom of the third. Northwest got it back, and going to the bottom of the fourth, it was 4-1 Rangers, and then all of a sudden the Tigers came alive. A 2 spot in the fourth, a 3 spot in the fifth, and Northeast had a 6-4 lead going into the top of the 6th inning with the Rangers put together one of their better innings of the year, a 5-run 6th, and then a 3-run 7th for good measure. Sage Koska led the way. Layla Armstrong had a nice day. Maddie Brower was very good. Lineup really 1 through 9 was terrific, but Brian, it was the people you would expect all year that have done it all year. Layla Armstrong, Sage Koska, and Maddie Brower that really carried the day offensively for the Rangers.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, regardless of where you put them in the order, we saw Layla move from leadoff yesterday to the bottom of the order today, and she delivered. And that's really the case with the whole Northwest lineup. I mean, you can shuffle around the lineup all you want to, and usually wherever you put them, they're going to deliver. They're going to deliver, and they're going to get you the hits you need. Kaylee Peterson, credit to her. As I mentioned in that last inning, got rocked around there in the 5th inning, came out for a minute, re-entered in the same inning, and was able to kind of gain her composure and hung a 0 on the board in the last 2 frames as Northwest built a lead. And Peterson was able to get Northwest through this and get them on to tomorrow.
So the Rangers do stick around. For the Tigers, it was just missed opportunities. They couldn't get the outs. Credit to Cassidy Duskin, who pitched almost every single inning of this tournament up to this point. She did the best she could, helped at the plate with a single as well, but Northeast just couldn't get anything going. Still a decent year for the Tigers. 23 wins on the season, made the state tournament. And, they're going to be back and they'll be competitive again next season. But it's the end of the year for the Tigers. The Rangers will stick around and play tomorrow against the loser of the ICC Co-Lin matchup.
And I have a quick nugget. I'm sorry, Kevin Maloney texted me this, and he reminded me, I was trying to look this up earlier. This first postseason win for Northwest since 2015 when they defeated Pearl River in 1 game of a best-of-3 series. So congratulations to the Rangers. Survive in advance, till tomorrow, and we'll see what comes then.
Yeah, win tomorrow, and you got a chance to just continue on. And for the Rangers, they're trying to get to next week's Region 23 tournament in Eunice. So that will wrap up game number 1 of day number 2. The Rangers stay around. Tigers are eliminated as Northwest wins it by a final score of 12-6. Coming up next, we've got Hines in Pearl River. That will start in around 20 to 25 minutes or so. I'll have that for you right here as we continue a great day of softball in Fulton, Mississippi. So long on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.